What's up, nerds? This is Mr. Storm, and this is your introduction to advanced business web page design. We are going to talk about what the class is, what you're going to learn, how you're going to progress through the material, how you're going to turn in assignments. We're going to talk about my disclosure, the schedule, things like that. This is going to be kind of a long video, but it is important, so please make sure you pay attention. Let's talk about the disclosure first. So I'll go through this pretty quickly. You can read it at your own pace later, but I'm just going to hit the highlights. There's a course description here which tells you what you're going to learn how to do. So that's all there. Basically, the way I teach the class, though, is first I teach you Bootstrap, and then I teach you a little bit of JavaScript so that you can understand those techniques. There is no textbook. All your lessons are in Google Classroom. Every assignment is going to be turned in via Google Classroom. I will update grades to Aspire every Thursday by midnight. There are no required materials for this class. The only thing you might need to bring is if you have headphones that you prefer over my headphones in my classroom. You can bring your own headphones and use those. That's totally fine. All of the assignments, let's see. No. I'm skipping ahead. Oh, you can work at home on these assignments, obviously. If you have an internet connection and computer, you can do all these assignments at home. You can do them in class, at home, whatever you need to do. You will have an assignment pretty much every day in this class. You're going to log into Google Classroom, find the lesson as it pertains to the schedule, watch the videos, go to the links that I provide, go through the exercises in those links, really learn the material, and then you will have some kind of assignment that is asking you to create something new, build a new web page, or apply whatever technique you're learning to a web page that you've already built. And then you will upload that in Google Classroom to prove that you know how to do what it is I'm asking you to do. All assignments are required in this class. There are no optional assignments in this class. I have to be able to say at the end of the class that I have proof that you can do all the things that you're supposed to be able to do. And all these assignments are built to be proof of your mastery of this subject. So if you don't do the assignments, I can't say that yes, they know how they can pass this class. So you have to do it. Every assignment is mandatory, and every assignment must be turned in on time. Okay, this is not the class for you to turn in late assignments. For one, you're going to get behind, and it's going to take you a lot to catch up. And two, it's a habit you want to get out of as soon as possible, right? If you're the kind of person who's still missing assignments, who are still not able to turn in assignments on time, you need to kill that habit as quickly as you possibly can. It is untenable as a professional adult to be the kind of person that does things late. Okay, so make sure you're getting this stuff done on time. If you turn in an assignment late, I will send an email to you and to your parents or guardians reminding you that assignments must be turned in on time in my class. If it continues to be an issue, then I will work with your parents and guardians and with you to come up with a strategy so that you can be successful in this class, right? My job is to try to help you do well, okay? And I will do that. We will figure out a way for you to be successful. Any assignment that's not turned in by the due date will be recorded as an M in Aspire, which is essentially a missing. It's a 0. It hurts your grade. You can turn in assignments late, but they will be worth only a maximum of 75% of your final grade, or of the original grade. So you're going to lose 25% right off the bat just for it being late. If you turn in an assignment late, you must send me an email letting me know that you turned it in late. Okay, I'm not going to go back to all the previous assignments just in the off chance that you may have turned something in. Okay, it's your responsibility to let me know that you've done it and you've turned it in. And the way you let me know is via email. Okay, if you tell me in person, I'm going to forget, right? If you send me an email, there's a record that you've informed me of this, and it's there, and I can update it whenever I sit down to look at late work, right? I can open that email and I can update your grade. The email must be a professional email. Okay, you have to let me know what assignment it is. So what's the name of the assignment? You have to let me know what class period you're in. And you have to let me know what class you're in. So I need to know that you are in advanced business web page design. And I need to know what period, right? So if it's A1 or A2, because I teach at a lot of different periods, so I need to know those things. And you must have a subject line, because for security reasons, if I receive an email without a subject line, I delete it immediately. It doesn't matter who it is. That's a security thing. If there's no subject line, I get rid of it. So do not send me an email without a subject line, or it won't be read. It'll go right to the inbox, or it'll go right to the trash. Follow all the UMA rules. Do not plagiarize in this class. You may be thinking, it's a web design class. How can I plagiarize? You can, and kids have tried to do it in the past. You will get caught, okay? Maybe not every time, but you will get caught. At some point, you will get caught. If you try to do this, it'll be found out, okay? Kids will tell me. I'll notice it. Whatever, however it happens, you will get caught, okay? If you do, you automatically get a 0 on the assignment without the possibility to make it up. It's a class 2 infraction at the least, depending on the severity of the plagiarism. And you will have to go down and talk to the office. There will be whatever happens down in the office. I don't know. That's none of my business, but you will have to go talk to them, right? It's not something you want to bring upon yourself. If you don't know how to do the assignment, just ask. That's my job. I'm here to help you, okay? Shoot me an email. Say, hey, Mr. Storm, just letting you know, I'm trying to get this assignment done. I just can't wrap my head around it. I've watched the videos. I've done everything I can. It's due in a half an hour, and I just don't know what I'm doing, right? If I'm up and I have my email open, I might, help you out with that assignment. It doesn't matter what time it is. I might help you. I probably won't. I probably won't be checking my email, but I'll at least have I'll at least know, hey, all right, they didn't turn the assignment in, but they were having some issues. So we can talk about it next time I see you, and we can work out what we're going to do as far as turning things in late and whatnot, right? If you're really struggling with something, give it your best shot. Your best shot is not going to be as good as a professional web designer. So if you go to someone else's web page and you steal their work, I'm going to know. So don't do it, okay? Just don't. Military customs and courtesies are important to me. Wearing the uniform properly is important to me. Please just make sure you follow those rules. I was in the United States Air Force for 10 years, so those rules are important to me. And if you don't follow them, then I am going to try to help you figure out how you are wrong and how to do it the right way next time. Okay? I understand that this is a learning curve for a lot of you. Some of you have never been in an environment like this before. And so I am going to try to help you succeed, as opposed to just randomly punishing you for making a mistake, right? My philosophy is that as a teacher, I don't just teach web design or whatever. I teach how to be an overall decent person, right? In every aspect that I have contact with you, right? So I'm going to try to be a mentor to you, not someone who's just looking to pick out all your little mistakes and make you feel bad about them. I will help you to try to get better at this stuff. Okay? And so that's my job. I like to handle these kinds of situations in my classroom. I don't like to involve administration as much as I possibly can. If you and I have a situation that we cannot resolve personally and one-on-one, then I may have to send it to the office. But I like to inform parents before that. I like to talk to your parents and see if we can't work together, because I don't really need to inform the administration for every little issue. Okay? So feel free to make mistakes. Just know that part of my job is helping you see that you've just made a mistake and helping you to avoid making that mistake in the future. Okay? And that's pretty much it for my disclosure. There are other class rules that we'll talk about in class as they come up, but for the most part, I didn't really feel the need to put them in here because there are things that honestly, I don't think I should have to say. Things like not messing with kids' work on these computers. You're in the computer lab, you share these computers with many other students. Don't go in there and delete other kids' files, stuff like that. But we'll handle those issues as they come up. Um, let's talk about the class. Let's talk about what you're going to be learning. I've given you a schedule. This schedule covers every assignment that you're going to have to do throughout the entire class, right? It goes into, orientation, which we did last time, intro, which you're doing right now. You're watching the introduction video, and then it goes into the actual coursework. So Bootstrap home through typography, those are the lessons you're going to learn, and the assignment is going to be favorite quote. So if you follow this schedule corresponds directly with the assignments that you'll see here, right? So Bootstrap Introduction. And I'll show you how to turn in this assignment and whatnot whenever you watch the video for the Bootstrap Introduction assignment. But over here, you'll see there's a box that tells you what work is coming up, what work is going to be due, and when. That's a handy little box to check. There's also a topics menu over here. This is for when, let's say you're at the end of term 2 and you're working on advanced JavaScript, right? And you don't want to have to scroll all the way through the entire thing. You can just click on it and it'll bring up only those lessons that pertain to advanced JavaScript. So you can go through and look at that stuff. That's pretty handy. Google Classroom is pretty easy to use. If you have any questions about Google Classroom or about my disclosure, about any of this stuff, please let me know. I will be more than happy to help you with it. But I think, I think this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. My preference is for you to try to figure things out and try to solve problems on your own first. And then if you really can't figure it out, come talk to me. And the reason for that is not because I'm lazy, right? Not because I don't want to help kids. It would be weird if I was a teacher, but I didn't want to help kids. That's like being a toll booth operator and not wanting to handle money. I want to help you, but I also want you to develop the skills. I want you to develop problem-solving skills. I want you to be able to solve problems on your own. So if there's a problem, if there's something you're not quite understanding, please work through it on your own. See if you can't figure out a solution. And then if you can't, then call me in and I can come give you a hand. But don't be afraid to ask, though. Okay, don't be afraid to ask. That is my job. Thank you for paying attention. I will see you next time.